Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speedrunners and Coffee, the show where we find out about all your favorite speedrunners' origins. Today, my guest has ran Xenoblade Future Connected, Xenoblade 2, and surprisingly Assassin's Creed Rogue before going into Xenoblade 2, as well as QT, among many other secret games, to the point where she didn't even realize she speedran more games than she thought. It's Pcol. How are you
Hi,
doing
it's
today?
it's me. I'm the person that doesn't speedrun games and apparently doesn't know that they speedrun games.
Yes.
I'm just vibing.
What made you pick Future Connected as your first game?
I wanted to speedrun Xenoblade because it was around the time when I first actually finished Xenoblade 1 myself. I already knew the story of Xenoblade 1 because I learned of Xenoblade from a Let's Play YouTuber named Chucky Conroy, and he played Xenoblade 1 back in 2014, way before the Switch port even was a thing. And then in 2020 I got the Switch port because it just came out and I played it for myself. And then I played Future Connected and I was like, you know what, I like speedrunning. I want to try speedrunning, and this seems short. I joined the Xenoblade speedrun Discord. Everyone was like, start with Future Connected because it's the shortest one. I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I hadn't played Xenoblade 2 at that point, so I was only used to Xenoblade 1 mechanics. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do Future Connected.
Nice. I started with 2 myself and was also in that Discord for a period of time, and I didn't talk to anyone outside of Evan XC.
Yeah. I honestly have not talked in that Discord for a long time, probably 2 years at this point. I don't know why I'm still in it. Probably because I just like Xenoblade, but I just don't talk in it anymore because big Discords scare me.
That's fair. Plus, it also includes the Xeno Saga and
Yeah.
Xenogears games as well. So, what was your initial goal for the run, or did you have one?
I just wanted to do a run because I knew I liked speedrunning at that point, and I feel like people did get when they start speedrunning, they get too caught into the trap of, oh, I want to get world record immediately. I was just like, you know what, I know that's not going to happen, so I might as well just do a run, say that I did a run, and just be done with it. And if I want to keep going with it, I'll just keep going with it if I want to. So I just did a run. I was like, you know what, that's it. I did what I wanted to do, and then I'm the speedrunner apparently now.
Nice. So, was there a game that you regretted running that I don't secretly know about, or a game that you wish you had continued to learn?
I don't know if I regret any. If I had to choose one to regret, probably Assassin's Creed Rogue, because if you know my history with games, Assassin's Creed was my favorite franchise for years before Xenoblade. I've honestly played way more Assassin's Creed than Xenoblade, so my entire brand is a lie. And Assassin's Creed, I've 100%ed almost every single game in the Assassin's Creed series except for Valhalla because I just don't care anymore, and I've 100%ed all of them on multiple platforms like PlayStation, PC, and working on Xbox right now. So I've played so much Assassin's Creed, and Rogue was just the shortest one because it's only a 4 hour speed run, and all the other games are 8 hours plus. So I just did not want to commit to an 8 hour speed run, so I just decided to do Rogue.
Okay. Also, the comments you were making last year in the Frames Fatales Discord make so much more sense now
Yeah.
because you kept
Also,
talking about
also
Xeno.
Yeah, also the whole thing with, Ubisoft as a company, and I just don't want to support Ubisoft as a company because they've just done shitty shit. I don't know why I said shit twice in a row, but I did. But if you know the whole stuff about Ubisoft, then you can probably guess why I don't want to support them anymore.
Yeah, they are kind of a really shitty company.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Okay. What's your decision process for picking a game?
Typically, I choose games that I've already played. If I play a game casually and I'm like, you know what, I want to see what the speedrun is like, I'll pick a game that I played before. I'll go on SRC, see what the speedrun is. I'll watch the world record run, see how it looks, and then if I think that I want to learn it, then I'll probably commit to learning it, or I'll just be like, I want to learn this someday, and then just not do it because I do that with too many games. I have a list of 10 plus games or something that I say I want to learn and just haven't started learning.
Don't worry, my list is over 80. So, is there a game that you love but would never run?
Probably two at least. Either Assassin's Creed 2 or Xenoblade 3, because they're just too long. And Assassin's Creed 2 has completely unskippable cutscenes, so that just adds to length. That's I think like a 14-hour speed run just for any percent, just because of unskippable cutscenes. And like
Even
I've
in the
played that game.
remaster?
Yeah, you can't even skip cutscenes in the remaster because all they did in the remaster was just update graphics and add in all the DLC for free. That's all they did.
Oh my god, Ubisoft, what the
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah. So, Assassin's Creed and Xenoblade 3, you haven't even thought about doing like New Game Plus or anything for Xenoblade 3?
Well, I don't even know if people are doing New Game Plus for Xenoblade 3 right now. They probably are, but if I were to do Xenoblade 3 New Game Plus, I would probably wait until like I actually know how the game works because I know more about how the game works for Xenoblade 2 than 3, so I need to learn that. And I was also gonna be waiting until all the DLC came out because I wanted to see what all the DLC stuff was for. And now all the DLC is out, so maybe I'll look into it now that all the DLC is out now.
Okay.
But I think for New Game Plus, it would still be a really long run
So,
because Xenoblade 2 is already like 4 hours. So I don't.
yeah.
Xenoblade 3 is like 6 hours any percent right now, and I can't
Um,
commit to that.
New Game Plus is 315 is world record for 3.
Okay, that's like about the length of Xenoblade 2 any percent. So maybe I might consider it. I don't know. I've kind of joked about doing the all heroes category because like only one person has done that, and it's like an 8+ hour run. And I've joked about doing that, but like I probably won't actually do that just because it's too long.
That's fair. What is your opinion on IGT versus RTA?
I typically only run console games, so I'm typically always timing in RTA. A lot of the games that I choose to do don't really use IGT, so I don't really have too much experience with IGT, so mostly it's just RTA.
Okay. Are there any games you're currently playing, be them learning a speed run or just casually?
Future Redeemed, because that just came out like 2 days ago. I'm like
Okay,
almost done with it. I was playing it like all day today before we did this. I'm probably almost at
nice.
the end by now because it's short. But other than that, I was playing recently. I was playing Hyrule Warriors, which is the Warriors Zelda game crossover. Because there's a female Link in it called Linkle, and she has her own story in it. I've considered speedrunning that.
Nice. And I'm guessing this is the Switch version that you're doing as
Yeah,
well.
because Link
Okay.
was not in the Wii U version, and I don't have the 3DS version,
Oh,
and
you
the
don't
3DS
want the
version is
3DS version.
well, it's not that I don't want it. I just don't think I can play it because I only have the like original 3DS, and I think it requires like the new 3DS with the second stick on it, and I don't have that.
I think you can play it, it's just gonna play like
Yeah,
ass.
that's also another reason because if it plays like ass, then I'm not gonna play it. And I already have the Switch version, which already includes all the stuff from the 3DS version anyway. So like, there's no point.
Yeah, because I know the only game that I'm aware of that doesn't work unless you have a new 3DS is Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I
Yeah,
think that's
because
the only game that requires it.
yeah, because that was like the whole. I'm pretty sure that game was like the whole selling point for the new 3DS. Because like I remember that came out, the new 3DS came out, and like everyone was talking about, oh, you can play Xenoblade on it because it has two sticks. That was like the only time I ever heard about it.
I don't even think it's because of the two stick thing. I think it's because of the increased processor because that's what it also has.
Oh, that's probably
And I
why.
and I think that's why Xenoblade only worked on it because after Xenoblade 1, all the other games were like, no, this is enhanced with this.
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
it was also before the Switch port too, so like it still had like the worst Wii graphics, so that wasn't graphically intensive.
Is there a game you're looking forward to running?
I keep saying in like a lot of discords and stuff, I want to learn Sonic Lost World, because even though it's like a bad game casually, the speedrun actually is like it looks really cool. Actually, I keep telling Metroid Crime, that it has infinite spin dash, and I keep memeing about it in her chat because I know that she hates spin dash in Sonic 2. But Lost World basically lets you hold spin dash infinitely and run on walls, and it's so good.
Nice. Would you be doing the Wii U version or the PC version?
I do actually own both. Probably PC just because on PC it lowers the animal requirements that you need to unlock the levels, even though there is a mod that raises the animal requirements. But there is also the mod that brings back the Zelda stage that you can use to grind animals really quickly. But they said that in the rules, if you use the Zelda mod, then you also have to use the mod that raises animal requirements to match Wii U. And I don't know how to mod games. It's because I'm a big stupid baby, so I just not use the mod.
Okay. Do you have any event rituals?
Other than be nervous and cry, not really. I mostly just like I do this thing with my hands where I like I'm doing it right now where I just like rub my fingers between my hands and like I just do that. I don't know if it's like stimming or something. It's just a thing that I do.
How do you not burn yourself out of speedrunning?
I just play other games, honestly. Like if I'm trying to like play one game for like a very long time, I just get bored of it. I just move on to different things. That's why I start like so many projects and then never finish them because I have so many things that I want to like finish and I just never do because I just burn out on them really quickly. That's why I haven't been playing Rival Wars recently because I've been playing that since like January because I'm trying to unlock all the stuff in it so I can prepare for doing like ghost story runs. And I have not played that game in like a few weeks because I just started getting burnt out on it really quickly. So I've been back to Xenoblade because DLC.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of stuff in Hyrule
Yeah,
Warriors too. Even in the Wii U version, there was a lot of stuff, and it can be overwhelming at times.
yeah.
How do you prefer to learn a new speed run? Do you take notes, practice beforehand, or you dive right into a run?
I typically like play the game first. Like I said, I try to like play games casually first and then speedrun it. So like I try to play through the game just to like understand like how all the mechanics and stuff works. And then if it's like a level based game like a Lost Road or something, I just try to go like level by level and then like put it all together. Like I go bit by bit and then try to like put it all into one thing instead of just like rushing headfirst into it.
Okay, so the slow but steady approach.
Yeah, like when I was learning QT, which is the main like event game that I run, I was like writing out notes like by level because there's three levels in it, and I was like, oh, this first level is like separated out by rooms, so I'll just write out what I have to do in each room, and then I'll remember what I have to do in these rooms, and then I'll move on to the next room, and then move on to the next area, and then once I know what I have to do in each of those areas or rooms or whatever it is, I'll just do it in one thing once I know what I have to do.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What advice would you have given to your past self with your first speed run, knowing what you know now?
Don't run very long games because you'll get burnt out very quickly. If you look at my SOC page, most of the runs on there are like really long. So don't do that. Don't start out with long games specifically because like I started with Assassin's Creed Rogue, which was like a 4 hour run, and then I went to like Future Connected, which was like 30 minutes, and I did that for like a while. And then I went into Xenoblade 2, which was another 4 hour run. So don't do long runs and don't only do long runs. Do some shorter stuff once in a while.
That's fair. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, speedrun wise?
Maybe hopefully actually learning the runs that I say I want to learn because I have the list of runs that I want to learn and maybe actually start learning some of those for once instead of just having them in my phone and just staring me at the face and like actually learning and doing those runs.
What are those runs out of curiosity?
Well, I did mention Sonic Lost World. There's also some like Zelda stuff. There's Hyrule Warriors. There's Torna. I want to do Torna any percent glitches and hat percent and max community for some reason. I don't know why I want to do all four of those categories. There's Okami, which apparently Osmorn also wants to learn. I want to learn Okami together with Osmorn, so I can learn a run together with someone. Um, Uncharted 3 for some reason. I don't know why I put that on there. Sonic Unleashed All Night Stages, Last of Us Remastered, Four Swords Adventures, Minish Cap, Tomb Raider 2013, Captain Toad, basically things like that.
Okay, very wide variety.
Just like a bunch of random stuff.
That's fair. Is there a skip that you wished was in a game you run?
Oh my god, I wish we could skip the door in chapter 9 of Xenoblade 2. Oh my god, I hate door clips so much. So if you don't know, in Xenoblade 2 there's this door in chapter 9 that you have to go through and it requires like really high field skill requirements because like you need like level 9 like electric mastery or something and like level 5 like lock picking. I don't remember what it is, but it's like incredibly high field skill requirements, and in the speed run we don't even bother getting those field skill requirements because it would just take too much time to get all the common blades that you need and all the skills that you need, and it's also RNG because of the gacha system, so you have no idea what you would get. And you basically have to like jump through like there's like a monitor to the side of the door that you have to interact with to use the field skills, and you have to like jump at a specific angle over the monitor through the side of the door, and like there's no good setup for it, so you just have to like spend like 10 minutes jumping at it and just hoping you get it, because there's no good setup. You just have to jump at the door for like however long it takes, and it's just very annoying. So I just wish we could skip that door or just actually open it normally, because it's just annoying to have to jump at that door forever.
Only way that I could think that you could do that door easily, because it's 5 electric you need, would be to max out Pandy and also get Harold. Harold's a bit of a pain in the ass to get because you need to offer 100 items to an altar
Yeah, and
to
and
get her.
and getting Pandoria, it's like leveling up Pandoria is gonna take a long time because she's a story blade, and unless you're doing New Game Plus, you can't send story blades on New Game on Merc missions, so you would have to do it
Mm-hmm.
all manually. So like getting
Yeah.
Herald and then maxing out Pandoria would just take way too long. It would just take forever.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, in my casual playthrough of Xenoblade 2, I did that glitch because I didn't know how to get electrical mastery up. So I did the glitch.
I probably did it worse in my casual playthrough. I was like very adamant against doing merc missions for some reason. I did not want to do merc missions because they just took too long. So I just grinded core crystals to grind out like opening common blades. And then I took those common blades, I went into their charts, saw what they needed, and then I did all their charts manually to get the skills that I needed, and it took way too long. And then I just went and opened the door after I got all that stuff manually. But I really should have done the merc missions.
Oh dear. Yeah, Merc missions, they're always fun.
Yeah,
Get stuff quickly, though.
especially if you're doing Ursula's Blade quest. That's the best quest in the game if you know what that is. So good. Definitely not the worst time consuming quest ever.
Oh no. Oh no, I have one that's far worst for you.
Which one is it?
Dagus.
Oh no,
I don't.
Dagus.
Yes.
Dagus is
Dagus.
annoying because he has two affinity charts for some reason.
Yes. It is kind of ridiculous. It's like, why
Also,
are there two of
yeah.
you?
Also, his starting his blade quest is incorrectly translated. When you have to go to the place in Mor Ardain where it says to start his quest, it says his chart says that you have to go there at like evening, but you actually have to go there at like morning or midday or whatever. So it tells you the incorrect time. So like if you don't know that, then you're just stuck wasting time for no reason.
Mm-hmm. And you need to max out Dagus if you are doing New Game Plus, because he's a very important blade for
Yeah,
New Game Plus.
and
Him and Harold.
I might be wrong, but I think his chart also resets if you do New Game Plus. I think maybe
No,
I'm probably wrong on that.
his chart does not reset. You just have to do the double, and then it's like, oh, okay. It's the
Okay,
double that's the pain, and then,
yeah,
but yeah, you need Harold, Dagus, Cosmos. You need Patroka. You need Poppy Cutie Pie. And no, those are the three major. Although getting Poppy Alpha as well, like you need to have a setup for all three Poppies in order to do New Game
yeah.
Plus.
I'm assuming that requires also getting the all S plus trust, which takes forever,
Yes,
and also a lot of Tiger for Poppy, which is annoying.
yes, a lot of Tiger.
I
Yeah,
I refuse to play Tiger ever again. I will
it's
avoid it
funny.
as much as possible.
It's funny because in New Game Plus, when you start Tora's quest, he's like, "Please play Tiger." You can immediately just go to end, and he praises like you're an amazing Tiger player, and it's the
Nice.
funniest thing ever.
That's why it's so good in the normal any percent. We just kill ourselves immediately because it forces you to play it and it doesn't let you end it immediately. So we just kill ourselves at the start.
Oh, well, at least something works. If you could create a game from an entirely different genre and add it to your favorite series, what genre of game would you add?
I've always said that I would want like a Xenoblade Warriors game. I feel like that would be cool because I like Hybrid Warriors. Even though I've never played the Fire Emblem Warriors games, I also do like Fire Emblem, and I feel like I would like Fire Emblem Warriors because I like Hybrid Warriors and I want a Xenoblade Warriors. I've
Xenoblade
seen
Warriors would be sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen a no sometimes be like, no, Xenoblade Warriors would be stupid. And I was like, I don't get why that would be stupid. I feel like it would be good. It'd be
Because I
fun.
don't think he likes. I don't think he likes Warriors games.
Well, skill issue.
People who
That's his
don't like
fault.
Warriors games aren't gonna be like, yes, this would be awesome as a Warriors game.
I've never even played an actual Warriors game. I've only played Hybrid Warriors.
That's the thing. Actual Warriors games are crap, but you put a licensed property on it and they're amazing. I found this out with Dynasty Warriors Gundam games, especially 3. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, amazing. Dynasty Warriors itself, couldn't care. Hyrule Warriors, amazing. Fire Emblem Warriors, amazing.
I also still need to play Age of Calamity. Age of Calamity.
I haven't played that one yet, and I haven't played Three Hopes either.
I've only played like Hybrid Warriors on Wii or Wii U and then Switch.
Yeah.
That's all my Warriors experience. But I want a Xenoblade Warriors. Give it to me.
Yes, do it. It would be amazing. Nintendo, do it, do it.
Also include Xenogears and Xenosaga for the old school fans.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. And why is that never gonna happen? Because you gotta deal with Square Enix and you gotta deal with Namco Bandai, respectively.
Also, Xenogears is like I've heard that it's like so like mature that if it got released today, it would get an M rating. Like even though it got it like a T rating or whatever it was when it first released, but it would definitely get an M rating now because of all the stuff in it.
I don't know. Final Fantasy VII's pretty heavy, and that didn't get an M rating. So I don't
Well,
know.
I have no experience with Final Fantasy. I know I'm a bad gamer. I've never played Final Fantasy.
Shame, Pcol. Shame.
Listen, I play too much Xenoblade and Assassin's Creed apparently.
Okay, that's fair. I know you said you're not a coffee drinker, so is there a caffeinated beverage of choice?
Typically I drink soda, but mostly water. I do have a story about drinking coffee though. Technically, I have drinking coffee once. I don't remember how old I was, but it was like during Christmas one year when I was a child, and like my mom had like this cup that was had like a brown drink in it and like some white stuff on top of it, and it was warm, so I thought it was like hot chocolate. So
Mm-hmm.
I went over there and I snuck over there and I took a sip out of it and I was like, what the hell is this? It's not hot chocolate. This tastes weird. And then I realized it was coffee, and that's the only time I ever drank coffee.
Okay, that's fair. That kind of sounds like when I was a kid and I accidentally took a sip of beer because I thought it was apple juice. It's a true story, by the way. I did take it. And my mom absolutely, because she knew that I thought it was apple juice, but she knew what it really was too, so she was trying to stop me, and then it was too late, and I immediately spat it out too because it
Oh,
tasted gross.
my mom didn't even see because I didn't want to see her like I didn't want her to see me stealing her drink, so I did it when she wasn't looking. So she didn't even know.
I don't think it was my mom's drink. It was just a drink on the table and it was in a mug and it was, the color of apple juice. So it was like, haha. And then it was like, oh no.
Oh,
Because they
no,
do have a similar color and it was very unfortunate.
betrayal.
Indeed. Top 5 anime betrayals right there. What would you say was your proudest moment as a runner?
Probably when I got QT onto Hotfix back in December because I've always wanted to be on Hotfix or at least GDQ in some capacity, and that finally ended up happening back in December because I had ever since October when we did the Halloween Late Educators Day, I started bringing QT to like everything, and then I brought QT to GDQ, and then I brought it again to GDQ at Frost Fatalis back in February. So I've been on GDQ twice now with QT. I didn't even expect to make it twice. I only wanted to do it once, and I did it twice. I've been on GDQ somehow. I don't know how I got allowed to do that, but I was.
Nice. That is quite the accomplishment indeed. And to the contrary to that question, what would you say your lowest moments as a runner are?
Honestly, when I ran Xenoblade 2 at last year, that run was complete crap. Because we started the run at like 2 a.m. my time and ended it at like 8 a.m. and then like 2 hours later or whatever at like 11 a.m. we had to start the stream for the next day. So everyone was like completely tired, and the run was like completely horrible because I went like an hour over estimate, and I had the game crashed like multiple times because I kept trying to do the zombie hover glitch, and I was playing with delayed audio because of OBS. So I couldn't time the glitch properly because you have to hold down like very specific buttons for a very specific amount of time, and if you time it wrong, then the game crashes. And that happened to me multiple times. And there was a part where it crashed, and it was like right when I was about to like do the final fight for a chapter. But the last time I saved was after the fight for the chapter before, so I basically had to redo an entire chapter, and that wasted like an entire hour. And I also died on the final boss, I think like twice.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, and if you die on the final boss in Xenoblade 2, it boots you back to the title screen. So that wasted even more time. So probably Xenoblade 2 at last, and I haven't run Xenoblade 2 since because it was just too much. It was too bad.
Oh no. I feel your pain. Though it
Also, the whole run had audio issues because for some reason I don't remember exactly what happened, but like something with tech broke, and like there was an entire echo of the game for the entire like 5 hour stream. And I also have a quiet voice, so I was basically whispering into the mic the whole time. And because the game was louder than I was, because of the audio issues and because of bad audio balancing, barely anyone could hear me for like the entire 5 hour time.
oh
And
no.
I was tired as fuck because I was speedrunning it for 5 hours from like 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., which, you know, bad idea, bad time. Don't do that.
Fair enough. Final question here. Do you have any influences in the speedrun world?
Easily Metroid Crime, because she's been like pushing me to like actually do like all these events and stuff, and like ever since like October when I started like when I brought QT to Lady Arcaders, she's been pushing me to like actually bring it to other events. And like now I'll like find myself going on Awengus or whatever it is, however you say it, and just seeing what is open for submissions and just submitting it, and like using my hotfix video for it, just because she's been pushing me to like do all these things, and like she's been like really supportive of me, and like we've been working for each other, with Lady Educator stuff for like almost a year at this point, so we've been like really good friends. And yeah.
Nice. Well, I would like to thank you for coming on. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on the internet, on Twitter and Twitch at Pcol6754. I have not streamed in a while because life, but also I'm mostly on Twitter retweeting Xenoblade Heart. That Xenoblade art might be lewd, so if you don't want to see lewd cat girls, then maybe don't follow me on Twitter. Um, but also, I mostly work behind the scenes at Lady Educators doing clip stuff for them. We do have submissions open for another clip editor right now, but I've been the main clip editor since like June when they first started, so I've been working for them for almost a year at this point.
Well, I definitely thank you for coming on, and hopefully your future runs happen and
Yeah,
that you continue to get into events.
hopefully with QT.
And with that, we will see you all next Saturday. Bye bye, everybody.